So getting set up as an employer, there are a few things you'll need to do to get ready to employ. So before you do anything, have a list to these first few things that you'll need to do. First of all, you do need to be registered as an employer with HMRC and to get your employer PAYE reference number, which is HMRC's system of how they collect income tax and national insurance. So if you're already paying yourself through your business, you won't need to do this because you will have a PAYE reference number already. But if you don't, head over to .gov.uk and click on register as an employer, and you'll be able to set that up. It takes a few weeks to get set up, so it's worth doing this as soon as possible. You will need your government gateway login, and if you're a sole trader, you might need to register for HMRC online first. Once you've got your PAYE reference number, you'll then need to set up your payroll. Clearly, if you're already paying yourself, like I say, you won't need to do this step, but I suggest it's probably easier to either ask your bookkeeper or your accountant to do this for you if you use a bookkeeper or an accountant, or you can do this yourself via the .gov website where there are numerous sort of payroll providers. I did this myself when I first paid myself, but as soon as you employ a team member, I think it's better to outsource this. It's not particularly expensive, and you don't really want to get payroll wrong. You want to make sure you're filing properly and you're paying people properly, and working out things like sick pay is not always easy. So I would really recommend that you do outsource this. If you outsource it to a bookkeeper, they normally have a portal where your team members can download their own pay slips, so that reduces your admin as well. So talk to your accountant or your bookkeeper about making sure that you are set up properly for payroll. You don't need to do anything with payroll until your new person starts, but you do want it ready to load their details as soon as you do want to be able to pay them. The second area to think about is pensions. So everyone now has to be auto-enrolled into a pension scheme if they meet the eligibility criteria. So that is all workers over age 22 or everyone who earns more than £10,000 per year. The normal date for auto-enrolment is 3 months. You can't delay it any more than that. You can put people in from day one if you want to, but again, talk to your accountant or your bookkeeper. The simplest pension scheme to operate is the Nest scheme, which is provided by the government. That's certainly what I use, but there are lots of options. As the employer, you will pay in 3% of all your employees' earnings, and as the employee, they will pay in 5%, of which 1% is tax relief. You can pay more than that, obviously. I actually provide a 5% matched contribution into my pension scheme for my team, and particularly if you're looking to hire people who've maybe had corporate careers, or you're looking to attract people away from bigger businesses, you might want to think about doing more than the minimum from the pension point of view. The other thing you must have before you employ anyone is employer's liability insurance. Your policy must cover you for at least £5 million and come from an authorised insurer. You need to be aware that you can actually be fined £2,500 a day if you're not properly insured, so this isn't something to sort of leave until the last minute. Make sure you talk to your insurance broker or go online for a quote. If you're a member of an association, you might get a member's rate, for example. I do through the CIPD, where we access a discounted rate for HR consultants. So make sure you get that sorted. Obviously your other insurances, hopefully you've got sorted already, but employer's liability you will need to add on if you don't have that already. The other area to be aware of, if you are going to employ 5 team members or more, you must have a written health and safety statement. So that is a legal requirement. Obviously you don't need that for your first employee, but health and safety is something you will want to think about just in terms of your duty of care towards them, making sure that they're safe at work. The last thing is you will need to provide a written statement of particulars, or as we call it, your contract of employment. We will cover that later on in the course to give you some hints and tips on what you must include in there. and certain key policies that you want to accompany your employment contract, which are a legal requirement but also which protect your business.